Greetings all, this is Josh from Ground Zero. I decided to put together a little video for our hybrid combatives. We were talking the other day about throat strikes. Throat strikes. Do they work? Yes. Do they work without any prompting? No. In general, whether someone knows how to fight or not, they know how to duck their chin. Okay. What do you got to do to facilitate an actual attack to the windpipe? A few different ways. Many are legit. Some, matter of opinion, but there are legitimate ways to do it. There are illegitimate ways to do it. And what I'm going to show you is one that is from Filipino martial arts and Southeast Asian style martial arts. For anyone who's practiced those, this will be fairly familiar. But it's very simple. It's a very simple 1, 2, 3 pattern for anyone to learn. I'm going to use my trusty compatriot Bob here to demonstrate. Starts with a slap, or a sweep, or a pass. People call it different things. This is the basic pattern. This will be a punch that I'm working on, but I'm slapping Bob to give you guys an idea of what's happening here. This isn't the attack that's going to open his chin up. It's the second one. Okay. Get my hand in his face. Here. Okay. So imagine this is a punch coming from this side. I deal with the punch. Smash. Okay. I want my hand in his face, I want my fingers in his eyes, and I want to be pushing up. So his nose goes up in the air. His nose goes up in the air, his chin comes up. Okay? That's what I want. There it is. There's my attack. Quick and easy. It does not take a lot of force to damage a windpipe or create the reaction that you need. When I talk about throat strikes, people assume I'm striking him in the throat, I'm going to kill him with it. No. You might be able to, you probably don't want to. Due to legal ramifications and so forth. Moral and legal ramifications. But what you're doing is you're creating a reaction. You hit somebody in the throat like that, they're going to gag. When they gag, they're distracted. When they're distracted, you have your opportunity to take over the situation and end the confrontation, generally without hurting the person any more than you already have by hitting them in the throat. So, you're using this. If it's space, this is to create a reaction. If it's a punch, it's to defend yourself. This is creating a reaction. This is creating a reaction. This is creating a reaction. Okay? All are attacks, and all are meant to unbalance the person's body and mind. If you get hit in the throat, your brain kind of shuts off. That's the goal. I want his body and brain to shut down so that I can take over and end the confrontation with as little harm to them as possible due to legal and moral ramifications. So, do this a couple times so you can see. Slap, push, chop. Quick inside chop, the back of your hand, wrist bone, right here. I guess you could also elbow, but my elbow's pretty big. It's not really going to fit underneath Bob's chin very well. So, pass, pass, press, pass, press, and strike. Okay? There's also footwork that goes with this, but I want to keep it kind of simple. I'm not trying to train everyone in one 2-minute video, or 5 minutes because I talk. So, very simply, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Works the same from the other side too. Slap, press, here, pull out, press, here. So, one technique out of many legitimate ones. This is one you do have to practice some hand speed. You do have to practice some accuracy with it, but in general, it's not very far up the difficulty ladder. It's just not your typical boxing or kickboxing. That's about it. Thank you for your time. I appreciate any feedback. If it's good, I will absorb it. If your feedback is vicious or trolling, I will ignore it. I do appreciate any feedback that we get. It's generally how we work in our system of combatives is we take the things that work for us and leave the things behind that don't. We know them and we learn them, but we keep to ourselves what works for us. We pass on to others what works for them. I hope that's something you might like. I appreciate your time.